Khalji dynasty. After the end of the Mamluk dynasty, the Khaljis came to power. The dynasty was founded by Jalaluddin Khalji in 1290 CE. He was brutally murdered by his nephew Alauddin Khalji in 1296 CE. Alauddin Khalji. During his reign, Alauddin Khalji managed to extend the boundaries of the empire up to the Deccan. The empire reached its heights at this time. Alauddin Khalji's reforms. Other than expansion and conquests, Alauddin Khalji's period also saw a number of reforms. He asserted control over the nobility. He reorganized the army and had an elaborate spy network. Alauddin Khalji introduced revenue reforms and also regulated the prices of commodities. He was a great patron of art and learning. Amir Khusrau, the famous poet, was a member of his court. The Tughlaq dynasty. The period of Alauddin Khalji's rule was followed by political turmoil. After the decline of the Khalji dynasty, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq founded the Tughlaq dynasty in 1320 CE. He restored peace and stability to the state. Muhammad bin Tughlaq. After Ghiyasuddin's death, his son Muhammad bin Tughlaq ascended the throne in 1325 CE. He was a diligent ruler and undertook many projects. These projects were brilliantly conceived but poorly executed. Muhammad bin Tughlaq's schemes. He heavily taxed the peasantry to establish a strong army. He made an unsuccessful attempt to transfer his capital from Delhi to Daulatabad in the Deccan. He also made elaborate plans to conquer Persia and Iraq, but had to abandon the plan. To make matters worse, he introduced a token currency to deal with the financial crisis without taking any steps to make minting of coins a monopoly of the government. This caused further problems in the economy. His failed plans severely depleted the country's resources. Firoz Shah Tughlaq. The result of Muhammad bin Tughlaq's schemes was that the dynasty lost credibility and the treasury was exhausted. As a result, rebellions broke out throughout the country. Muhammad bin Tughlaq was succeeded by his cousin Firoz Shah Tughlaq in 1351 CE. Firoz Shah Tughlaq was a just and fair ruler. He is remembered for his welfare schemes. He introduced significant changes in the economic and judicial system. He was a patron of learning and architecture. He built many towns and buildings of public utility, such as schools and colleges. However, he lacked the basic qualities of a military leader and was unable to recover the independent provinces. The end of the Tughlaq dynasty. The death of Firoz Shah in 1388 CE was followed by the disintegration of the Delhi Sultanate. The final blow to the Sultanate was dealt by Timur Lane, the Mongol ruler of Samarkand in Central Asia. Timur invaded India in 1398-99 CE. He returned to Samarkand with his Indian loot as he had no ambitions of ruling India. When he left India, Timur left behind Khizr Khan as his viceroy. Khan overthrew the last Tughlaq ruler and established the Sayyid dynasty in 1414 CE. The Sayyid and Lodi dynasties. The Sayyids ruled for 38 years, after which the Lodi rulers from Afghanistan established their rule in India. The Lodi dynasty was founded by Behlul Lodi in 1451 CE. The most famous of the Lodi rulers was Sikandar Lodi. He was succeeded by the arrogant and impulsive ruler Ibrahim Lodi. Ibrahim Lodi was killed by Babur, the founder of the Mughal dynasty in 1526 CE during the Battle of Panipat. This marked the end of the Delhi Sultanate and the beginning of a period of Mughal rule in India.